Hi there Tom, it's John Bennett here from Ryalto. A short video for you to firstly say thank you so much for giving us your time earlier this week. It was lovely to meet you, but also to give you a video of Ryalto, perhaps a bit of a memory jogger for your good self, but also something you could send to your colleagues when you debrief with them. So I'm going to jump straight into it. I've got my phone here, there is no magic. I'm just opening the app. So we're going to focus on the shifts because we've taken the feedback that that's the interesting part for you, for yourself. But the wraparound comms and engagement platform really helps drive the uptake of those shifts. So as a reminder, the shifts would be designed and pushed at people who are looking to work extra shifts over and above their permanent roster or schedule. Those could be the permanent staff that are open to doing more work, which is typically the case, especially in this market. It could be dedicated bank workers, it could be volunteers, it could be other types. Why do we do that? Well, we do that because they are the best worker to take those shifts, the best quality, they do the greatest work, they're the most efficient because they're familiar and committed and engaged with the organisation and the location to do so. So that's why we do it. Now we push those shifts through the platform, but the platform's got the comms and engagement wraparound, which is quite important. So I have started in the news feed here, have taken your feedback that you have other comms channels that you use across Bupa, but this could be just for the flexible workforce. So they might not have access to those other comms channels. With Ryalto, you've still got the chance to push this content to them. So we've got the CEO's article, which we think is probably relevant to all types of worker. But then we've got the benefits of working at the bank. So you can really push that to people that are currently engaged to say, hey, it's great working at the bank here. Here's all the reasons to do it. Here's the reasons not to take agency work down the road at the competitor. Be on our bank, work our shifts. Again, we're driving that uptake of shifts, which is the best quality and best value for the business. Refer a friend, really great source of refer a friends for both flexible workers and permanent workers. Then, of course, we can get feedback from them. We can do things like book a shift and bag a coffee to drive that uptake, and also updates around what's coming up in the future, extra shifts, new divisions, departments, locations opening, that shifts might be available for them. Okay, I have taken the feedback that we do need to focus on shifts though, so I'm going to get there pretty quickly. Before I do, I'm going to move over to chat. Here we are, so I'm now in the chat screen. Now, what's great here is this can be the way that you can communicate with the flexible workers. So otherwise, are they reading their emails? Are they happy to receive texts or WhatsApps? It's probably not appropriate to be communicated in that way. You can absolutely use the messenger for that. As we showed you this week, it looks and feels like a social messaging app, but it's dedicated to professional work, to flexible workers in this case. It looks and feels like Twitter, but absolutely is purely for driving that use of the flexible shifts and of the shift booker. Okay, we've got 2 minutes left, so I'm going into the shifts. Now, as we said last time, this first list is in chronological order. What I didn't show you last time is that you can jump into this calendar here and actually pick them up on a calendar view. So I can scroll over to December, for example, and those shifts in December will pop up and populate for me. And I can see exactly how many there are on those days as well. Jump back into November, and likewise I can see them on a calendar view. Back into list. I can see that the ICU shift at the Cromwell is paying £13 an hour. That's configurable if you want £15 to £16. If you want to link the shifts to contracted rates, so it's actually part of their terms and conditions and you don't display it at all, we can do all of that. But if I do go into that shift, I've also got some notes. So we do tend to find that flexible shifts come with flexible conditions, like the times you need to arrive, the PPE you need to bring. That can all be displayed here in the shifts when your team populate them. That could come over from a spreadsheet, it could come over from another rostering system. So you can even add them one by one manually or as a bulk manually. We cater for every scenario to make sure you've got the best chance of getting the best worker at the best price into these shifts. Now this is fastest finger first, so I click the accept button. I'm asked just to confirm it, which I'm about to do. And that's now my shift. I can add it to my device calendar, so Ryalto is going to chase me, my calendar is going to chase me and remind me, gives me very little chance of missing it. If I come back and go into my upcoming tab, I've now got that shift there waiting for me. We do the bid shifts as well, which is where a group of people might put their hand up for it. So you might have 3 or 4 people say, I'd like to do that shift. And then the central team responsible for that shift can select the best worker typically based on price, skills and experience. Now, if I come back out of that, we did talk about the directory last time as well. Now we can load the directory straight in for you. We can refresh that with a frequent update, so we can have all of your bank and flexible workers in here pretty quickly and refreshed as you need. So that's it. Look, we think it'd be a brilliant option for Bupa. We'd love to work with you and your colleagues. And if you've got any other questions, please get in touch.